Okay, so I wanted to do a reaction video to something that I was following. This is one of my fellow YouTubers that I'm subscribed to. He's got Net for Truth USA was his original initial channel that he had a lot of subscribers. It was demonetized. Then he's changed the name. He's got Net for Truth USA 2 and Glorious Patriots and some other channels that he's building back up. Plus he's on BitChute as well as Drop Space, so which tells you he's not just worried about the money. He wants to get the information out to people, which is what's important. So I'm going to do a little reaction video. So I've known about this. There's other movies that you can watch that literally blatantly are talking about this. The whole show, Hunger Games, is blatantly talking about this, and you cannot refute it once you start looking at the evidence that this is what's going on with these powerful elite. Now watch this. It's no joke. Okay.
Children to watch or listen to this video. From the prepareforchange.net website, I will leave a link in the description. Headline reads, European royals allegedly killing children in human hunting parties. 4 eyewitnesses testified. And this was April 20th.
They found a mass grave, okay?
This was just
with 800 babies, dismembered body parts that they were using for ritualistic sacrificial with this ninth circle, who Lindsay Lohan's father was actually part of. It's all, I'm telling you.
5 international judges are examining evidence of child rape, torture, murder, and kidnapping allegedly done by global elite members of the Ninth Circle Satanic Child Sacrifice Cult Network. Regular Ninth Circle child sacrifices were set to take place in the catacombs of Catholic cathedrals, the Vatican, on private estates and groves, and government military bases in Belgium, Holland, Spain, Australia, Ireland, France, England, and the U.S. And following this, I'm going to show you one that I believe exists. At least 34 child mass graves were identified in Ireland, Spain, and Canada, and refused excavation by their respective governments, the Crown of England and the Catholic Church. Gee, I wonder why. Named as present in Ninth Circle activities were Pope Francis, former Pope Ratzinger, Anglican, the United Church of Canada, and Catholic Church officials, including cardinals.
Now, if you think I would respect and bow to the Pope ever, you're fucking nuts, okay? You're nuts. Wouldn't happen.
Members of European royalty, including Queen Elizabeth and Prince.
Yeah, and go ahead, click that link. You can that he's going to give you, that International Common Law Court of Justice in Brussels. See, these people have this diplomatic immunity; they can't be tried, so that's why they get away with all this stuff. So it has to go through these military trials. So it's basically different. They can cover it up. They have control because they have diplomatic immunity within that Vatican. That's why they do it, because they know they've been doing this for years because they can.
Officials of the Canadian, Australian, UK, and US military and governments, including USA's CIA, plus prominent government ministers, judges, politicians, and businessmen from the US, Belgium, Holland, Canada, Australia, France, Ireland, and the UK. You gotta excuse me, I think I'm getting a little bit of a cold here.
Yeah. I'm getting
Teens
sick
were
thinking.
drugged, stripped naked, raped, hunted down in the woods, and killed by European royals, according to this week's latest.
Yeah, so look up Hunger Games. They're putting it in. They're subliminally telling you about this.
Eyewitness to testify before the International Common Law Court of Justice in Brussels. The woman was the 4th eyewitness to give accounts about these human hunting parties of the global elite Ninth Circle Satanic Child Sacrifice Cult Network. That's a mouthful, ain't it? A former member of the Netherlands criminal drug syndicate known as Octopus testified that victims were obtained for these human hunting parties from juvenile detention centers in Belgium and Holland. Quote, in 2004, I was an involuntary witness to torture, rape, and murder sessions of drugged children performed for a group of high-ranked people of the Netherlands, stated a woman. I was taken to a hunting party in Belgium, close to Brussels, where I saw two boys and a girl, ages 14 to 16, hunted and killed by global elites. The human hunting party was heavily guarded by the Netherlands Royal Guards. I was told that King Albert of Belgium was present.
So the reason that they're doing this is those spirits, those principalities that are actually controlling, they feed off of this fear. So they have to put these people in, like, basically strip them down to their animalistic nature. So they put them in, so they're stripped down naked. That's why they do this. There's a reason why they do this. That's because these principalities that they worship, that through idolatry, that's why it's going on. See, God is love. Satan in this fallen world, he feeds off of fear, everything based out of fear. So you got to realize that there's a reason why they do this. It's to appease these spirits, because they've been working with these spirits. These generational satanic families have been dealing with these same spirits, okay? Generational spirits. That's what you need to understand. So it's not, there's a reason why they're doing it. There's a reason why they're dismembering these body parts and cutting off the genitalia. Okay, these spirits feed off of that. It was going. I mean, just read the Old Testament, how they were where they were throwing babies in the Nile. It's the same. Those principalities didn't disappear. They're still here, and they're still doing the same thing. Okay.
End quote. 4 eyewitnesses confirmed that as children and youths, they were forced to attend human hunting parties where they and other children were raped, with some killed, and deceased boys' penises were cut off. This is some really sick shit, folks.
Yeah.
If this doesn't start Revolution 2.0,
no joke.
I don't know what will. I just don't know what will. Allegedly, there was a Dutch countryside palace where boys' penises were displayed like trophies on a wall. Some hunting parties were hosted on the grounds of Netherlands at Queen Beatrice's palace. Dutch therapist Toos Nijunius claimed that as a 4-year-old, she was forced to witness murders of children that involved former Pope Ratzinger, a Dutch Catholic cardinal, plus the father of Netherlands Queen Beatrix, and Bilderberger founder Dutch Crown Prince Alfred Bernhard. Quote, I saw the former Pope Joseph Ratzinger murder a little girl, end quote. Another witness confirmed. Quote, it was at a French chateau.
So that's the thing. They make sure all the leaders, the politicians, the legal system, the attorneys that are over the area, I mean, they're all involved too. So they have to have blood on their hands. So it's hard to get these people. It's hard for any of this stuff to ever get out because they keep it on lock. That's the thing. Like, they're all involved in it. So watch the movie Eyes Wide Shut with Stanley Kubrick, who was murdered after he also had another movie, The Clockwork Orange, which they were full of symbology. Towards the end of that, it's got Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in Eyes Wide Shut. Just watch that movie, and it was actually cut. Warner Brothers was actually trying to they cut out a big portion of that movie, and then Stanley Kubrick, the director, was murdered.
So, in the fall of 1987, it was ugly, horrible, and didn't happen just once. Ratzinger and Bernard were some of the more prominent men who took part, end quote. In Ireland, Spain, and Canada, 34 child mass grave sites were discovered and appeared linked to Ninth Circle activities. The largest was the Mohawk Indian Residential School in Brantford, Ontario, where child remains were identified in 2008 before the Catholic Church.
I'm going to have to go ahead and in this video, I'm using a Screencastify. I'm just testing this out. And it's for the free version, it's going to stop my recording. I might have to actually go, if I'm going to use this and pay for it. It gives you a trial with 50 videos. and then with a certain recording limit. So I'll upload this video
British